Why does this always happen to me? Not a word, Prowl. Not a word. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Bedrock Guide. We've got some stuff to talk about and things to do today, so let's talk about goals for today. I'm getting a little tired of running around and slaughtering cows, so we're gonna go ahead and build a farm that will get us an automatic source of food. That will be our main project. Secondly, I would like to set a goal that's a little bit out of my hands, and that is for you guys to leave a couple of comments in the comment section. First and foremost, I would love to start a comment question of the day in the very next episode, so if you want your comment read on camera, be sure to go leave that comment now. And in addition to that, I would love to have at least maybe 5 more unique suggestions for things that we could add into the resource roulette game. So scroll through the comments. If you see comments of ideas that you already have, try to think of something else and make sure that it's early game, things that we can easily get. Keep it reasonable and keep it something that Prowl can go get for me. And last but not least, our third goal is to go ahead and craft up our first set of diamond armor and tools. So right here at our crafting table, we're going to go ahead and grab a helmet and a chest plate and some pants and some boots. Oh, that feels nice. Oh, that looks very good. Then we need a sword, and then we need an axe, and we'll go ahead and take a shovel. And honestly, I think that's where we're gonna stop. We don't need a diamond hoe just yet. We will craft one up in due time, but we don't want to blow through all of our diamonds in one go. So we're gonna go ahead and put the rest of these back here in our chest, and then run back into our house. Because upstairs in our house, we have a brand new armor stand in place that I've added here on the live stream. And for the moment, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and place all of this diamond armor on the armor stand because I'm not quite ready to use it yet. But this right here is our very first diamond pickaxe that we ever crafted in this world, and the durability on it is very, very, very dangerously low. So we're gonna leave it here on the armor stand and pretty much never touch it again. But that's it, folks. We are in episode 7 and on our way with diamond tools and armor. Oh, it's a fantastic feeling. So a lot has happened between the last clip that you just saw and you may have seen in the opener. We did bite the dust in lava while we were mining and caving, but I want you to rest assured, this is my original set of diamond armor. That is my original diamond pickaxe. We have not lost those things. Totally fine. And honestly, we've gone mining quite a bit to recoup some of the things that we lost. And we've got even another pickaxe that we're working on right now. So we're doing okay. We're doing fine. But we are going to go ahead and head out. We've got a brand new project that we are working on today that is not in this location. And I've actually already got some supplies set aside over where we're going to be. And honestly, it's not too far away from our starter house. It is just on the other side of this little forest over here. We are going to go check out a spot by the ocean. And if you can't tell, my voice is a little bit gone. I've got a cold. I'm getting over it. I've lost my voice and it's just now coming back. So if I sound weird, if I sound funny, if I sound like I got a deeper voice, that's why. But here we are. We're over here by the ocean side. I've got a bed set up. I've got a chest. We're going to go ahead and toss down a crafting table in case we need it. And we're going to grab our first set of starter supplies. Maybe 3 stacks of cobble will do. I don't think we're going to need that much, but we'll go ahead and take excess just in case. We are going to go ahead and pillar out into the middle of the ocean. You can already see a bunch of fish around here. Man, the update Aquatic, it's been a few years since that came out, but that was a game changer. Having fish actually swimming in the water versus getting them from a fishing pole and never seeing them swim around, that was huge. Minecraft has made some huge leaps and bounds and strides in their updates in the recent years, and Caves and Cliffs is turning out to be exactly the same. It's going to be amazing. So one of the things that we could not do before fish were just swimming around was make an AFK fish farm like we are about to build today. I think this is probably far enough out into the middle of the water, but in order to be accurate, we need to enable a resource pack, which I will show you momentarily. So you may notice all of these funky red, blue, and green lines. What we have enabled right now is called a chunk visualizer. Basically, what it's going to do is allow us to see the borders of a 16 by 16 area. So what we're going to do right here is probably pillar up to about maybe 130 to 150 Y level. We want to get high above the ocean because we want to be able to build this fish farm while avoiding the mob spawn mechanics of the ocean itself. Now, right now in the current version of Minecraft, as the point that this video is releasing, this does not fully apply, but I anticipate that it will soon. We are on a 12 chunk sim distance, and so mobs are going to be able to spawn a little bit farther away, so we just want to make sure to get a little bit farther away from them to ensure the maximum efficiency of our farm. I think this seems like a good place to start, and that right there seems like something we're going to want to explore at some point. That's a pillager tower if you don't know what that is. So this right here, this blue line indicates that this block is sitting on the far edge of this chunk. So if we place a block right here, this is a completely separate chunk that we are a part of right now. Now, I know that because we were down close to the lines on the ground, that this is also bordering this chunk right here. And we can tell this by placing a block here, and then we've got a red line. So right here is a chunk, right here is a chunk, right here is a chunk. A chunk is a 16 by 16 block area. And I think actually we are probably just going to go ahead with this chunk right here. So we can go ahead and break that one. And then we are just going to go ahead and fill this in until we see a full 16 by 16 area. We should be able to go on down to the end here and see a blue line right at the end, which should be popping up any time. Right there, here we go. So this is the corner of the chunk, that is the other corner of the chunk, and then we're gonna go ahead and go this direction until we see the red line, and then we'll just go ahead and fill in all of the space in between. So eventually you're gonna come to a point where you're like, hey, self. Huh? You didn't bring enough materials. I should have everything I need now, and in order to get back up, we're not going to pillar up again. I brought some ladders with me so that we can easily access the top of this farm, and we've got a few to spare, not too shabby. So again, we are just going to go ahead and fill this in until the entire thing is filled in completely with cobblestone blocks. An interesting thing that we could talk about as far as mob spawn mechanics go with this particular farm, fish and squid and any kind of ocean related mob is actually going to look for the bottommost block that has a water block directly above it. So for example, if we were to go down and slab the entire ocean floor, no more fish are going to spawn in there. So that would actually increase our efficiency for this farm. We wouldn't have to worry about height. We wouldn't have to worry about other mobs spawning around. It would be completely efficient and we wouldn't have to worry about it. But because we don't have the materials, time, or motivation to really slab the entire ocean floor right now, controlling mob spawns by putting distance between you and the spawn points is probably the best way to accomplish this goal. So 140 blocks in the air should be more than enough space to keep this farm efficient. I think we're going to be good. In order to get our fish bones and ink from the farm, we're going to need a transportation system to get the items from the farm into storage. So we're going to accomplish that with rails and a minecart delivery system. So we'll show you how to accomplish this goal by placing down a powered rail right here, and then we'll break this block right here and replace it with a block of redstone, and then one more powered rail. Then we'll follow this up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 regular rails, and then another redstone block right here with 2 powered rails, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 regular rails, a block of redstone here, and then 1 powered rail right here. Now, we cannot have a powered rail here because we need to round the corner, and powered rails do not bend. Regular rails, on the other hand, do. So then we're going to go ahead and place down another redstone block right here, and then we'll go ahead and put down 1 powered rail, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 regular rails, and we'll just kind of repeat this pattern all throughout. One quick tip for you, because all of these are going to align, we can actually just go ahead and break these blocks, and all the way down the line just start placing redstone blocks, because we know powered rails are going to go right here, all the way throughout the chunk. Another thing to note is that when we come back to the end of this line right here, we're going to match up with this powered rail, and if we put a regular rail down, it's gonna break the whole thing. That's not what we want to do. A quick trick to show you how to get around that, you go ahead and place a regular rail here, because we're going to want to go this way anyway, and the regular rail is going to prefer this regular rail to bend to instead of the powered rail. That's a nice little trick in order to avoid breaking your rail path, but you shouldn't really have to worry about that from here on out, because once we get back down here, this one's already connected. It's not going to prefer this one. It's just going to go here and then here. So I hope that all makes sense. If you have questions about it, just leave them in the comment section. As I mentioned before, all of our rails in the middle of this farm kind of wrap around themselves, but end up coming to these endpoints right here and right over here. So what we'll end up doing to get storage going is put a regular rail here, a redstone block to replace that, and then a powered rail to go down. It will run over a hopper here, 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 and here, eventually hitting this block and then bouncing backwards to go collect more items from the farm until it comes around to this side, and it will repeat the same process. We'll have a regular rail, a powered block, and a powered rail, and then a hopper, 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 hopper to collect all of the items. This is different from my fish farm tutorial because this one does not include an unloader because we simply do not have the materials at this stage in the game to make that happen. So this is the next best option. Before we do anything with hoppers on this section here, we're going to dig our tower down just a little bit so we can get underneath the farm. I plan to put a small AFK platform somewhere in the middle of the farm just so we can be underneath it and access our storage relatively easily. Right here in line with this set of blocks is the location that our hoppers are going to travel down into the chests. So they need to be one block over, and I think what we're going to do is place a chest here, 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 and here, like that, and then we're just going to go ahead and start stacking them. Now, if you try to place a chest on top of another chest, it's just going to open it. In order to get around that, you need to crouch. So if you crouch and then place it down, it will place directly on top of another chest. The same thing kind of applies for hoppers as well. Any kind of item that has some sort of storage or item transfer interface, like hoppers, droppers, chests, things like that, you got to crouch in order to place them directly on top of each other, or in the case of hoppers, directly next to each other. This will not nearly be enough hoppers, but just to show you what we're going to do now, we're going to crouch and place a hopper directly into the back of this chest right here, and same with this chest right here. Now, your hoppers might look a little bit different than mine. Mine have this little red arrow on them. This is an indicator to show that the hopper is facing that direction. If you place it facing downward, it's got arrows facing inward, just like that. Or if you end up placing another hopper directly into the side of this one, you're going to see that red arrow here. You probably won't see these red arrows unless you're using the same texture pack that I'm using. It is from Bedrock Tweaks, so I'd encourage you to go check out their texture packs. They've got some really great tools that help you to stay organized with things like this. Another little trick for you is that if you are trying to place a hopper right here and you have no space behind you, obviously you're going to click and it's not going to work. So what you can do is while holding the crouch button, you can jump and quickly place it into the back of that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to try it. We're going to jump, click, place. There you go. Now you can go over here and click and place that one, and then jump and do the same thing until we are to the top of our storage. But now we're going to bonk our heads on this. So we're going to go over here and place it down here, and then just jump down and look up and place it right there. So now, if you don't have the little red indicators, you can also tell that these are facing this direction by the little exit tube from the hopper facing directly into the chest. Sometimes in more complex builds or larger storage systems, that's going to be hard to see, so having the little red arrows is helpful, but it's not 100% necessary. We've got our storage down there, and we're back on top of the farm. What we're going to do now is break out this block right here, and then this block right here, and then we'll break this one and that one. Then we're going to go ahead and take our hoppers and place one here, and likewise here and here. All of the hoppers going into the chest were forward facing so that they can funnel in as they start filling up, but these ones just go directly downward because we don't need them to go into any chest, we just need them to go down into the hopper line there. So then what we can do is go ahead and break out this block, this block, this block. We'll leave one here, and then we'll break this block out, and I'll explain why that one is there in just a moment. We'll step down here and then crouch, and then into the side of this hopper right here, we'll place a hopper right there, there, and there. This is going to stay put. The reason we are putting this one here, rather than putting it here or even having another hopper here, is because if you have a redstone signal powering a hopper, it will lock that hopper and not allow items to flow through it. So then what we can do is take our powered rail right here, 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 and here, and this side is completely done. When the minecart comes flying down this track, it will come over these hoppers and drop items into them, and then bounce off and go back and drop items on the way back as well. We're going to repeat this exact same thing mirrored on this other side, and then continue on with the farm. Magma Blocks. They are what are going to serve as our spawning floor and ultimate demise for our fish and squid. What we're going to do with these is place them directly on top of these rails, and because the rails are in an actual block space, even though they don't take up that entire space, the game thinks that they do. So when you place one down on top, it will leave a gap in between that will also allow the minecart to roll freely underneath this floor. Magma blocks can be found in the ocean, in ravines, or in underwater caves, or even in the nether. If you happen to step on one of these, you're gonna start taking damage. So I would not encourage you to do that, unless you like to crouch. Hint, you should crouch. If you crouch while standing on top of one of these blocks, you are not going to take any damage at all. So in order to increase our maximum efficiency of building this farm, we're just going to crouch and place all of these blocks just like so. Or we can be smart about it and jump off now that we've got an entire row and just go down the line, start filling these in, and that should get us a quick platform very, very fast. And that's it for the Magma block platform. Next, we are going to go over here to our ladder and climb back up, because right here we are going to start doing the finishing touches for this farm. What we need to do is go around the perimeter of this farm with any kind of building blocks that you want, because the purpose of this is to keep the water flow inside and keep it from going over the edge. So we'll just go all the way around the build, and then we'll start filling it in with water. One thing I wanted to ask you guys while we are doing this really quick: are you guys following along with me on the Bedrock guide? Are you doing it on the same seed? If so, or are you playing on something random? I would love to know who is following along, and if you wouldn't mind, be sure to go over to my Discord server and post pictures of what you're working on in the Bedrock Guide channel. I'm always happy to look at that kind of stuff. It's so exciting to see what you guys are working on. We are nearly done with this project now, and this is the last phase before this thing is up and running. Here's why this works. Magma cubes are the platform on which our fish will spawn, and once we put water on here, something magical happens. We'll go ahead and put one piece of water down. Piece of water? One water source. And once we've got a couple of these in, we'll go ahead and put another one right here. You should start seeing these little bubble columns. The water reacts with the magma blocks to make these bubble columns, which forces any item or entity on top of them to go down into the block. So, for example, if we go down here, we're going to get forced downward and we're going to start taking damage. That's exactly what's going to happen to the fish and squid, so they will drop their drops on top of this platform and the minecart will swoop around and pick them all up. So all we need to do now is start grabbing water sources from our infinite water source here and fill in the entire platform, and magic should start happening any moment. As you're filling this in, you kind of want it to start funneling across like this. We're not quite there yet. We still have a few empty spots to fill in before it will fill the entire space. But what we want is flat water. We do not want flowing water. So I think that probably did the trick. Almost. We got a couple more spaces to fill. Basically, we started in that corner and just started going down the line, and then we started in this corner and went down this line until the entire thing is filled up, and we are almost there. And that should do it for our water sources, and any moment now we should start getting fish and squid spawning on this platform. And there you have it right there. We had some salmon spawning in, and there's the drop right there. Now, this is just going to sit here until we send the minecart through. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and go back down into our minecart platform, and we can just throw this minecart down onto the track and send it on its way, and this thing is automatically going to start filling up. Everything that drops onto this surface is going to get picked up. Now, we can go over here and stand. It'll take just a minute for the minecart to flow all the way around the track, and as soon as it does, we will see these bubble columns start to disappear. Not the bubble columns, the little splashing water from all of the entities that are on the ground. We'll see them disappear as the minecart passes by, and then it will automatically drop it into our storage system. And there it goes. They're all gone. Everything is going exactly as it should, and you can see, again, the minecart is just kind of circling around the entire platform, waiting on more spawns, and we've already got a few more things. We got some bones there. That's perfect. Then something I did down here, just in the meantime, we've got a little AFK platform here that we can just wall off. We don't have enough cobblestone. We'll just throw that in there, and it doesn't have to be anything fancy. This is literally a cobblestone box with a little bit of decoration on the outside. We got some logs, but it's literally not anything aesthetic. We're not going to do anything to design a build for this other than the farm itself today. Eventually, we'll come back over here and probably do some aesthetics to it, but this whole video is all about the farm, all about the mechanics, showing you how this thing works. So if we go over here into our chests, we've already got 4 raw cod, and nothing else in this chest because the minecart is still probably making its way around. Again, if you want a farm that's going to perform even more efficiently than this at like 7,500 items per hour, I do have a tutorial for that on my channel. It is a 3x3 grid with 9 squares. 8 of them are actually the fish farm. One of them is the collection area, and it puts out huge numbers. Check that tutorial out, but this is great for a single player world. Just getting started, you don't need much. This is going to give us plenty of fish and bones for the near future. Okay, so here's the deal. I took a break to go play Resource Roulette with Prowl, which, by the way, if you haven't put in a suggestion in the comments section for a while on things to get, be sure to do that now, because I would love to hear some suggestions on things you would like for Prowl to get me in the event that I win a round of Resource Roulette. Do it! Comment! Now! Go! But while I was away, I left my camera account on our AFK platform underneath, and I discovered something that I think we are a little too close to the ocean floor, because we were not getting any spawns on this platform, and if we were, it was very, very few and far between. You can see the diamond bouncing right there. That is our camera account, and I've moved it above the fish farm, and now check this out. We go down here to our storage area, and we've got a pretty decent output. We got 55 fish, 7 salmon, 12 bones. On that one, we've got 57, 28, and 17. That's a pretty decent haul, because we were not gone for very long. We were above this platform for maybe 10-15 minutes tops. So here's the deal. I would not encourage you to build your fish farm close to the water down there, because then you're going to get a lot of conflicting mob spawns. But if you happen to build it up here where I have at Y level 142 is where these magma blocks are sitting, all you have to do is build your AFK platform higher in the sky, which is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go ahead and move this ladder because it's kind of running up against the farm. We're going to get a better solution going for getting to our storage and getting to our AFK platform. So I'm going to take care of that off camera, and then I'll come back to you and show you what we've got. Okay, so I have shifted the ladder from beside the fish farm to directly underneath, and if we climb all the way up the ladder, it is first going to take us to our storage area, which, by the way, we're doing pretty well. And then over here, we've got a secondary ladder that will take us all the way up to our AFK platform. And then once we get to the end, which again, won't be for a little while yet, but once we get there and we get an elytra, we can fly up here and eliminate these unnecessary pillars and kind of clean up the look of the farm a little bit. But for now, we've got a nice little glass case here that we can block off anytime we're ready to come in, which I kind of regret putting glass here now because that's gonna break. That's okay. It's okay. We can put a door here, or we can just put some blocks that we can break, but that's besides the point. We do have a functional AFK fish farm now. I haven't seen any squid spawn in there yet, but we haven't been standing there for too long, so we'll kind of keep an eye on it. So we skipped out on Resource Roulette in the last episode, and it's time to go meet up with Prowl to go take care of that now.
Blue Jay,
What's up?
You ready for Resource Roulette? Da-da-da, da-da-da.
No, I'm not ready. I'm just gonna go. Bye.
Get over here. Let's go. I'm hitting the button. I'm going
I don't
first.
want to lose again. I've lost every time but once.
Okay, here we go. You ready for it?
Hold on.
I already hit it.
What'd you get?
Oh my God. Are you serious?
It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. Push the button. What did I get? I got a 6. Lucky number 6. All right, buddy.
All right.
Okay, so I actually added a couple of things in here.
Okay.
I added in diamonds for a fan pick because several of my comments that have come back have said, diamonds, we want diamonds. So I would love to have some diamonds. And I also added diamonds into my personal picks as well. Since we have, you got full diamond armor. Look at you. Mine's still hanging on an armor stand.
I
think you're rich enough. You're rich enough. You can do it.
I really don't want to have to get you diamonds. All right, let's see what the fan pick is.
All right, what do we got?
Oak logs.
Oh, boo. I don't need that stuff. Get that junk out of here.
All right, here we go. Here's the big one. Little money. iron times 12. I just upped this. All right, let's go back to times 7.
No. I'm good with 12. I'm good with 12. Iron times 12. And then what's our multiplier?
Come on, give me another 1. I want a 1. Oh, I clicked it. A 1! Yes!
Where's my flint and steel at?
Yeah! All right, sir. I'm going to work really, really hard for your 12 iron, and then maybe you can make a backup chest plate with it or something.
It won't even get me a full set of armor, dude. That's cheap. Come on.
You'll be all right. All right, man. I'm going to go get your iron. Bye.
But that's going to be it, folks, for today. Our farm is complete. We are going to stand up there and AFK for a while to see what we can get. And in the meantime, Prowl is going to go get us our measly 12 pieces of iron. I don't think we won very well that game, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll get bigger wins in the future. But guys, I would appreciate it if you'd leave a comment in the comment section. In the very next episode, we're going to go ahead and start doing the comment or question of the day. I will make sure to plan to have a book and quill so that we can get that taken care of. I would love to hear some of your thoughts on what we did today and what some other things you would like to see in this series. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel if you want more content just like this. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.